Cheryl Hamilton has been a member of NAWGJ since 1976. She started gymnastics as a young girl and went on to become a collegiate athlete at Fairmont State. After graduating, she married her former high school sweetheart and moved to Delaware, where she took a coaching job in a local gym. The club owner told Cheryl she needed to become a judge because the league that they belonged to required each team to bring a judge with them to meets. Cheryl didn't feel she had much choice because she wanted to keep her job, so she took a weekend judging course with Audrey Schreier, passed the test at the highest level possible, and became a nationally rated judge. Soon after she started judging, Carol Ide told Cheryl that her area needed a state judging director, and she should take on this responsibility. Cheryl didn't want to say no because she thought Carol seemed like someone important, so she agreed to do it. That led to a 10-year stint as state judging director. Just a few years later, Cheryl volunteered to be a judge assistant at the 1979 World Championships when they were held right here in Fort Worth, Texas. This proved to be an important event for Cheryl because she got to work with Jackie Fye, who was impressed with Cheryl's professionalism. In 1980, Jackie invited Cheryl to the elite judging course. In 1984, Audrey Schreier called Cheryl and told her that Jackie had selected Cheryl to go overseas to attend an international judging course. Although she wasn't exactly sure what this meant, Cheryl thought it would be fun to go and see what it was all about. Little did she know that it would result in her becoming a social media rock star. But more on that later. Cheryl was asked to be a judge assistant at the 1984 Olympics, where Mary Lou Retton won the first all-around gold medal for the United States. When the Olympics returned to the United States in 1996, Cheryl was invited to be a line judge and got to see the floor routines up close and personal, including the epic routine of Lilia Podkovaeva. Ever since then, Cheryl has been a steady presence at World Championships, Championships of the USA, and other major international competitions. Cheryl continues to be active in the Junior Olympic program by judging in Region 7 and in invitationals across the country. She also judges the JO National Championships, where she serves as meet referee. These meets give her the opportunity not only to see some of our up-and-coming gymnasts, but also to observe the impact of the rule changes she has helped to develop in her role as chair of the USA Gymnastics Women's Technical Committee. This is the committee that sets the rules for levels 6 through 10 and revises the code of points every 4 years. After the code of points is changed, Cheryl helps to prepare the test for the national and USA Brevet courses. She says that teaching these courses has been one of the most enjoyable parts of her judging career. Cheryl probably enjoys these courses more than the participants, who try to manage their test anxiety in any way possible and use unusual methods to make sure they can measure those angles just right so as not to miss any question on the test. We've heard that it takes a village to raise a child. As it turns out, it also takes a village to support an Olympic judge. Cheryl is forever grateful to her husband of 44 years for supporting her every step along the way. He takes care of business at home so that Cheryl can travel to various competitions and clinics. For example, the family frequently takes vacations with friends in Cancun. Carol Bung recalls that these trips require 3 suitcases, one for her husband, one for Cheryl, and one for judging. On one such vacation, Cheryl arrived at the Cancun airport to fly to a meet, but didn't have her boarding pass. Somehow, she talked her way onto the flight without her ticket and got to the meet on time. Not only does her husband help Cheryl, but her friends also chip in to support Cheryl's hectic lifestyle. The family hosts a pool party at their home every year on Memorial Day. Inevitably, Cheryl is off at some gymnastics competition or meeting right before this annual event. Her friends now routinely prepare the food for the party, And all Cheryl has to do is walk into the house, put down her suitcase, and jump into the pool. Cheryl also treasures the friends that she has developed through gymnastics, judges, coaches, and athletes. Her friends are numerous, and she considers these friendships to be priceless. When asked to describe the impact judging has had on her life, Cheryl said, "It has given me the opportunity to meet some of the most wonderful people. I have judging friends that will be friends for life." One of the highlights of Cheryl's judging career has been the opportunity it has given her to travel internationally. She judged her first international meet in Moscow in 1987. Recently, she judged the 2014 World Championships in China, the 2015 World Championships in Glasgow, and the 2018 World Championships in Doha, Qatar. In Qatar, she had time for a few excursions, including this ride on a camel that made her glad she had developed good balance skills through gymnastics. Cheryl has judged the most prestigious of all competitions in gymnastics, not just once, but twice. She judged the London Olympic Games in 2012 and the Rio Olympic Games in 2016. In Rio, Cheryl was the D1 judge on balance beam, one of the most challenging jobs at the meet. The D1 and D2 judges are responsible for recording the entire routine in symbols and determining the D score for each routine, which is then combined with the execution score to produce a final score, such as the 15.433 Simone Biles received on beam during the all-around competition in Rio. For all of the impressive accomplishments in her life, it's the 2012 Olympic Games for which Cheryl will go down as legend. Cheryl's reaction to this outstanding vault got caught on video. It went viral, and the rest is history. Let's see how this one reaction changed Cheryl's life.
My name is Cheryl Hamilton, and I was D2 on vaulting at the Olympics. And my job was with the D1 to determine if the gymnast did the vault that they specified they were going to do. Michaela did her vault, which I had seen her do many, many times.
Looking back, I honestly have no thoughts in my head, just probably the quick corrections in my head that I was working on that day.
When she was in the air, I said to myself, "Oh my God." And that's when they caught me when I said, "Oh my God," with my mouth open. It was the most spectacular vault I've ever seen in my entire life. It was just wonderful, and it was just an automatic reaction.
I didn't even really notice until somebody circled her face and was I just looked at it and she was it was hilarious. I died laughing. I saw her later at a camp and she was just "Oh my God, look what you did to me."
I got numerous emails from people all over the world. And then other judges that were there also told me that I was all over YouTube. As a matter of fact, I did a meet in January, and it was an invitational meet, and there was kids from all over there and coaches there, and some of the kids had me pose with them, and I had to stand there with my mouth open because they wanted a picture of standing next to me with my mouth open. It was just so spectacular. It was just automatic. I never even thought about it. It was just wonderful, so I just reacted. It was great. It was the most wonderful athletic feat ever.
Cheryl, while the world may remember you for your response to Michaela's vault, we will remember you for the contributions you have made to the judging community for the past 45 years. Your work has had an impact on every single judge in this room, as well as the other 1,500 NAJ members who were not able to attend symposium. Your contributions will affect our members for years to come. Even though the scores you give in the elite world are in the teens, we give you the highest possible score in our world. Cheryl, you have earned a perfect 10. Congratulations on your selection to the NAWGJ Hall of Fame.